Welcome to Be Outdoors Alaska. It's our do-it-yourself fishing trip. Today we are headed to pick up the boat rental. The only thing I could find wrong with the whole trip so far is the traffic cones, but luckily there is no one there working. We've made it to the Seward Harbor, and now we're heading down the ramp, headed out onto the dock. We are going to go ahead and pick up the boat we rented from the Seward Boat Rentals. Our cost was $550, and it included the salmon poles, the halibut poles, the fishing pole, the fishing line. It was supposed to have a gaff. It did have the net and pretty much everything you needed for two people for halibut and salmon. It's got all the electronics you wanted as far as the depth sounder and fish finding, and it does have a kicker and has a nice motor. Here we're excited. We're heading out of the bay, or out into the bay. Here is everybody: Brock, my wife Shirley, and my daughter Sarah. It's amazing how beautiful a day it is. You still are concerned about the fog, but hey, nothing can ruin this day. This is a beautiful day. I didn't know that the ocean could be this smooth. Here we are in our first location. We have just touched bottom, and right away we were getting bites. Unfortunately, we were unable to hook up on any of them, so we decided to move. The wildlife was spectacular. We saw everything. There were whales, there were porpoises, you name it, we saw it. Right here, my wife and my daughter were having a good old time singing their own version of country music. Unfortunately, we cannot play it because of copyright infringement. But it was sure a great time. Here we are at Bear Glacier. There's icebergs out there floating. It is a beautiful area, but you gotta be careful. And here we are moving again. It seems like everywhere we went, right off the bat, we had bites. We've moved over by Pinnacle Point at this time, and this is the first fish we have on. You'll see everybody scrambling around in the boat. For some weird reason, after we checked into the boat, we ran back home, and when we got back, the fishing gaff was gone. The frustrating part is we actually have one. We just saw that there was one on the boat, so we left ours at home that first day. So we literally pretty much have to stop right here, and we end up grabbing a net to get this in the boat. It's a beautiful halibut, nothing huge, but I love halibut. That's the fish to go for. Okay, here we are. We're still out at Pinnacle Point. This is a good spot. Brock is getting bites. When we were in Sitka, Alaska, my friend who's a guide was talking about how you would go January, February, March, April, May, June. And if you hit June, that's when you started cranking up with the circle hook for the halibut. So unfortunately, you can't hear us doing that, but over and over. We'd be January, February, March, April, May, June. Here he is, he's hooked up, and he likes to go super fast because we were used to dealing with the salmon, and we're trying to communicate to him to just keep it tight, keep it bent, just take your time, don't pull too hard, but don't let up. He's kind of a weirdo, and he likes to use a left-handed reel. So far, we have one halibut. This is a pretty good fighting fish. It's too bad you can't hear the audio of him because he sure gets excited. Unfortunately, we had to delete all the audio because of copyright issues with YouTube and the Apple product. So this is why we're going through it, narrating it. He's going to town, he's cranking on it. I think he's, if I believe correctly, yeah, this is his first fish, as far as halibut, that I've ever seen him catch. From a boat, let me clarify. We've caught a bunch from shore. He was getting extremely tired. Fishing is at these depths is nothing we've done before. Here he is, he caught a nice halibut. So we were extremely happy with that. Here we go. Sarah is finally on. She's done the January, February, March, April, May, June, and now she's just trying to keep the pressure on the hook without losing it and without horsing it. Sarah came out to visit us from Utah. She's a nurse out there, and we're still trying to get her to move out here. Hopefully someday we'll get her. Luckily, they have a decent sized net. It's always a good time to visit with family. That's one of the things that will always stick with me is the laughter and the joy and the communication that we had. It's a wonderful thing to spend that time with your children because they will always remember that. She did it. She got her first halibut. She looked a little tired, but she did it. We were able to talk her through her first one. We're constantly getting bites. And here Sarah is washing off the deck because blood was getting everywhere. They asked us to keep it from getting all bloody, so we would prefer not to walk in blood. I cannot say enough about the weather and the area. For years and years and years, I've dreamed about living here, and I'm so happy with the choice we made to move here. They don't have a fish box, so we actually stored the halibut in the back of the boat where there's a tray that water can come in and out of. We are out by Pinnacle Point. We were fishing in I believe 230 feet of water. There's a ledge right there, and we found a flat spot that they seem to be hanging in right there. Here we are. My son, the night before, my wife's friend is a boat captain with Fish House, and my son went down there and met him at the fish cleaning station, and he gave us a bucket full of salmon guts, the heads, all the intestines and all that. And so that's what we were using, and that's what we used in Sitka, and it worked out great. There's Sarah's fish. Brock's getting bites, so he runs back over there and starts doing his counting. January, February, March, April, May, June. And it goes over and over and over. Every time he's about to reel, it stops. So you gotta start over. If it lets up at all, you gotta start going through it again. It's always crazy how some people get the majority of the bites and others don't. All right, Brock's on again. This one seems to be a little different. This is not like his last one. The funnest part of this whole trip is watching Brock and his reaction to this. It is something that I will never ever forget, and that's why I love fishing with family so much. He gets extremely tired on this. He starts giggling and laughing, and right there he's going, whoa, it's taking drag out. And I wish we could play the audio for you. Yeah, he's getting a kick out.
Yeah, double whammy.
Sarah happened to actually hook up on a halibut at the exact same time. Well, here I am. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to net Brock's, and then I'm going to run over and grab Sarah's.
It's a big one.
And right about now, the fish decides to let us know that it's not a little 8-pound halibut.
Hold this.
My wife is trying to deal with both Brock and Sarah at the same time and coach them, so neither one will give up. Keep it tight. Keep on going. You can do it.
Doing good.
Reel it in slow. Let's bring it up. We'll check it. Woo!
Like that?
Yeah. Okay. Just reel it. Hey.
That's the only.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. We might need that.
Might need a harpoon. Oh my gosh. It's a butt.
Let's go!
Woohoo!
Yeah!
With that.
I'm sorry Sarah lost hers because they got tangled up. But Sarah ended up losing hers. But Brock has the largest halibut he's caught basically ever. So he was stoked to catch that 45-pound halibut. We caught more halibut. We go on a sightseeing trip. There was lots of sea lions. They were out sunning themselves. It's just like you're in a completely different world out there. I think everybody in the lower 48 should at least come up here and visit and see what it's like. The boat rental turned out to be a great time. The kids are never ever going to forget it, and we're going to show you some scenery on our way back, going through the narrows to get back in there to Resurrection Bay was beautiful. There's a little strip of land that comes out right here that we have to work past. As we go in here, you're going to see cabins that you can rent for the night, and it's just a beautiful place. Here I am holding this fish. We did catch a bunch of cod. Thanks for watching Be Outdoors Alaska. Please subscribe, like, and comment. We have many, many more adventures to come.